The world of musical artists is filled with controversies. And a perfect example of this is Eminem, who has a ton of them, from his lifestyle choices and allegation against him. Despite this, he cleverly infuses most of experience throughout the lyrics of his songs. Besides his ethnicity being unique at the time in the rapping industry, most of us can agree, though his songs can be a little aggressive or dark at times, his songs do infuse some powerful messages that come out quite catchy, funny, and inspiring at times. And that is what makes him quite an interesting musician. Hi, welcome to YouWannaWatch, and in this video we're going to talk about Eminem's success story. Early life and education. Eminem was born Marshall Bruce Mathers III on October 17, 1970 in St. Joseph, Missouri. Eminem's mother could never keep a job for more than a few months at a period. Thus, the family traveled about a lot between Missouri and Detroit and Michigan, spending a lot of time in public housing projects. "I would change schools 2-3 times a year," Eminem later recalled. "That was probably the roughest part about it all." The nomadic existence had a significant impact on his personality. He had no close friends, remained to himself nearly totally, and was treated as an outsider at each new school he attended. He recalls being beat up in the bathroom, beat up in the hallways, shoved in the lockers. Eminem attended Lincoln High School in Warren, Michigan, where he dropped out at the age of 17 after failing the 9th grade 3 times. Despite his low academic performance, Eminem had always had a strong interest in language, consuming comic novels and even studying the dictionary. "I found that no matter how bad I was at school, and no matter how low my grades might have been at some times, I was always good at English. I just feel like I want to be able to have all of these words at my disposal, in my vocabulary, at all times whenever I need to pull them out. Somewhere they'll be stored locked away." Eminem's mom and dad. Marshall Mathers Jr., Eminem's father, abandoned the family when Eminem was still an infant and rebuffed all of his son's many attempts to contact him during his childhood. As a result, Deborah Mathers, Eminem's mother, raised him. Eminem has been harshly critical of his mother's upbringing. He has openly accused her of being addicted to prescription drugs and of abusing him emotionally and physically through his song lyrics. Deborah has vehemently denied all such accusations, and in 1999 she filed a $10 million defamation lawsuit against her son. They settled the case for $25,000. Deborah wrote a memoir, "My Son Marshall, My Son Eminem," setting their record straight on my life as Eminem's mother, describing her side of the tale and their tumultuous relationship. She mentions in the book that she has never exploited her son and only concern has always been for her children. Ex-wife and daughter. Eminem was just 15 years old when he met Kim Ann Scott, a 13-year-old girl, during a home party. Kim moved home with Eminem and his mother Deborah, claiming she didn't know her father and that she had been sexually molested by her stepfather. Haley Jade Scott, the couple's daughter, was born in 1995. The duo had multiple breakups and reconciliations before getting married right before Eminem embarked on his first major tour in 1999. In the year 2000, they divorced. Kim and Eminem had a rocky on-again, off-again relationship until 2006, when they remarried, only to divorce a few months later. The exes launched a protracted, nasty, and extremely public custody battle for their daughter Haley following their second divorce. Though his career, Eminem rapped about Haley, including on the 2004 song Mockingbird and on his 2017 album Revival. Haley graduated from Michigan State University with a degree of psychology and has become an Instagram influencer. Rap career. Eminem discovered a means to express his enthusiasm for language and relieve his juvenile rage through the growing musical genre of hip-hop as a teen dropout. Eminem associated with nihilistic wrath of late 1980s and early 1990s rap music, and he was particularly fascinated with NWA, the popular and extremely controversial gangster rap group from Los Angeles. Despite the fact that rap music was almost exclusively produced by the black community at the time, Eminem, who was of pale white skin and bright blue eyes, became a frequent competitor in rap battles. Competitions in which two rappers take turns insulting each other through improvised rap lyrics. Entered the Detroit rap scene as a frequent competitor in rap battles. Despite his race, Eminem immediately became one of the most renowned personalities in Detroit's underground rap industry, demonstrating his mastery of such verbal sparring. He recalled, "I finally found something that kid over here, he may have more chicks and he may, have better clothes or whatever, but he can't do this like me. You know what I mean? He can't write what I'm writing. And it started to feel like, maybe Marshall's getting a little respect. This period in Eminem's life, when he was doing odd jobs to make ends meet while competing in rap battles and urgently trying to secure a record contract, was depicted in Eminem's semi-autobiography film 8 Mile, released in 2002. Eminem has gone on to become one of the most well-known rappers in the genre's history. He is responsible for rap's development into a mainstream music genre as much as any other individual artist, albums, and songs. Infinite, 1996. Eminem released his first independent rap album, Infinite, in 1996 after being inspired by the birth of his daughter Haley to make a living as a rapper. The low-budget record failed to earn a profit or acquire more than local recognition. Despite flashes of his verbal prowess, sharp humor, and storytelling flair, Dr. Dre, the famed rapper and former producer of Eminem's favorite rap group NWA, found the Slim Shady EP when it was released in 1997. Dre listened to Eminem's cassette in the basement of executive Jimmy Levin's home after he traveled to Los Angeles and finished second in the 1997 Rap Olympics MC battle. Dre was so impressed with Eminem that he decided to sign him to the Interscope Records company. After 2 years of collaboration with Dre, Eminem released the Slim Shady LP in 1999. The highly anticipated album was just an instant hit, selling over 3 million copies. My Name Is, Eminem's first hit, combined juvenile comedy and energy with profanity and flashes of violence, creating a forceful and interesting mixture that felt unlike anything else in rap. The Marshall Mathers LP, 2000. The Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem's second studio album, was released in May 2000. Eminem's literal abilities as well as his emotional and artistic range were showcased on the album. His tracks range from hysterical humorous to heartbreakingly poignant, explosively violent, and disarmingly self-critical. While Eminem attempted to deflect criticism by claiming that his raps are simply a reflection of the rough language that he had been exposed to since childhood, and later by performing a duet with Elton John at his 2001 Grammy Awards to demonstrate his openness to the gay community, he is still reviled in some circles for his offensively lyrical content. Devil's Night, 2001. In 2001, Eminem regrouped with some of his Detroit underground rap buddies to form the group D12, which released the album Devil's Night, which included the hit single Purple Pills. The Eminem Show, 2002. Eminem's new solo album, The Eminem Show, was released in 2002. It was another popular and critically acclaimed album, including songs like Without Me, Cleaning Out My Closet, and Sing for the Moment. The musician was all over the radio the same year with the 8 Mile song Lose Yourself, which went on to win an Academy Award for the Best Original Song. Encore, 2004. Encore, Eminem's follow-up album from 2004, which was less successful than his previous attempts. Popular tunes like Toy Soldiers and Mockingbird were still included. For the next several years, Eminem recorded very little music and was largely consumed by personal problems. Following his second divorce from Kim in 2006, Eminem slipped further into alcoholism and addiction to sleeping pills and prescription painkillers. In December 2007, he overdosed and nearly died. "If I would have got to the hospital 2 hours later, that would have been it," he said. Relapse, 2009. By early 2008, Eminem had overcome his drug and alcohol problems and returned to creating songs. In 2009, he released Relapse, his first new album in 5 years, which includes the singles Crack a Bottle and Beautiful. The Marshall Mathers LP went on to sell more than 19 million copies worldwide, winning the Grammy Award for the Best Rap Album and receiving a nomination for Album of the Year. It is widely regarded as one of the best rap albums of all time. Despite this, the Marshall Mathers LP was widely panned for its excessive language, celebration of drugs and violence, and obvious homophobia and misogyny. Recovery, 2010. Recovery, Eminem's second album, was released in 2010, and it was a deeply autobiographical attempt to come to grips with his addiction and rehabilitation journey. With the hit song Love the Way You Lie, Recovery, his most acclaimed album in years, established a kinder and more uplifting tone than his previous songs. Eminem said, "I don't want to go overboard with it, but I do feel like that if I can help people that have been through a similar situation, then, why not? The revealing album won Eminem a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album. The rapper who startled, outraged, and fascinated the music world with unfettered wrath of his youthful music is redefining himself as a mature artist after 10 years and 7 albums. I started learning how to not be so angry about things, learning how to count my blessings instead. By doing that, I've become a happier person instead of all this self-loathing I was doing for a while, Eminem said. The music, I wouldn't say it's gotten happier, but it's definitely gotten more upbeat. I feel like myself again. MMLP2 2013. Eminem's 8th studio album, MMLP2, was released on November 5, 2013. During the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards, the eventual Grammy-winning record, technically named the Marshall Mathers LP2, was announced. Eminem leaked a clip of the album's first single, Berserk, during the award events, and went on to top the charts with The Monster, a track that also featured Rihanna and won a Grammy for the Best Rap/Song Collaboration. Shady Xv 2014. Eminem's Shady Record Company commemorated its 15th anniversary in 2014 with a special 2-CD collection dubbed Shady Xv. The album includes some new material as well as some of the label's most successful tunes. After its late October release, the single Guts Over Fear shot to the top of the charts. Revival 2017. Revival, Eminem's 9th studio album, was released at the end of 2017. Walk on Water and River, the album's first 2 songs, included collaborations with pop superstars Beyonce and Ed Sheeran. The album as a whole was planned by critics and did not receive the critical acclaim that his prior attempt had received. None of the tracks made the Billboard Top 10, despite the fact that each of his previous 3 albums had hit at least number 1. We are nearing the end of our video, but before we proceed, we would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and follow us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouWannaWatch. Okay, now back to the story. Kamikaze 2018. While it took nearly 4 years for Eminem to release his 8th and 9th albums, fans only had to wait a few months for his next studio album, Kamikaze, to be released on August 31, 2018. The unexpected album began with Ringer, which featured the rapper reiterating his contempt for President Donald Trump. Eminem had made headlines for a freestyle segment tapped for the BET Hip Hop Awards, in which he ripped into Trump. The song, Not Alike, took aim at rapper Machine Gun Kelly, sometimes known as MGK, for making sexual remarks about Eminem's then underage daughter, Haley, several years prior. Following MGK's response with Rap Devil, Eminem released Kill Shot, a barrage of comments against MGK's talents and lack of success that reached number 3 on Billboard Hot 100. Eminem was able to recover from his last album, Revival, with the support of this record. Eminem was criticized for homophobic comments on the tracks Kill Shot and Fall, in addition to the album's success. Music to be Murdered By and Music to be Murdered By, Side B, 2020. As with Kamikaze, Eminem dropped Music to be Murdered By with no advance warning in January 2020. The 20-track album was accompanied by the release of a video for Darkness, which paid tribute to the victims of the tragic mass shooting at the Route 9 Harvest Music Festival, Las Vegas 2017, and encouraged viewers to vote to reform gun regulations. The rapper made a surprise appearance at the Academy Awards the following month to sing Lose Yourself, his 2003 victory. Side B, the rapper follow-up album, was released in December 2020. These days, the rapper lives a life away from the media. However, sources report that Eminem is currently working on new music projects which might be released in 2022. Though, he did make his latest appearance on February 13, 2022, Super Bowl halftime show where he and several of the most iconic rappers like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, and Kendrick Lamar joined forces and sang their most memorable hit songs. The show was a complete success, gathering millions of viewers all over the world to watch their favorite rappers to perform and have an Avengers Endgame moment. It just goes to show that even throughout the years, Eminem is still a powerhouse in the music industry and still, to this day, has the stuff to rally up the crowd to dance and sing to his music. What do you think about our topic? Did we miss something about Eminem that you think should have been included? Let us know by writing a comment on this video. If you're interested in our other videos, just hover over the videos and just press play. Until next time, watchers, thank you for watching our video.